Hi everyone, Kim over Pet here. I'm so excited to be doing this video for you today with one of my absolute favorite products, and that is peppermint essential oil. You know, it's so basic. It feels like an oil that we all have, but sometimes we don't fully understand all of the massive amounts of uses. Like there's literally hundreds of ways that you can use this oil. So we often will kind of say, if in doubt, like put peppermint on it. So it is one of my favorites. I'm going to talk to you about several different ways that you can use it today. The first is going to be topically. So there's basically almost four, but there's really three solid ways that you're going to use this. So let's talk about topically first. Anytime that you have joint discomfort, muscle discomfort, maybe you've worked out a little too hard, maybe you've got some head tension, different things like that, I often will just take just one drop of peppermint. I often will just put one drop in my hand real easily, and I will just put it wherever I feel like I need a little bit of relief. Also, sometimes we can have, so that's sort of like inflammation type discomfort. Sometimes we can have tummy discomfort. I know I get car sick very easily, as do my girls, so oftentimes just peppermint rubbed right on the tummy is wonderful. Now my kids are older, and sometimes we will just use it just straight. But I wanted to show you this. This is called Peppermint Touch. Whoops, let's turn it around there. Peppermint Touch. This means it's already pre-diluted. So if you have littles or sensitive skin, or you just really, oftentimes many of us who love essential oils just believe they should be diluted in general. This is a great way to make it very easy. It's a roller bottle. It already comes pre-diluted from doTERRA. It's called the Touch, Peppermint Touch, and you can just roll that on those different areas. That makes it super, super easy. Bottoms of the feet is great. Or you could always put it with a little bit of, fractionated coconut oil, or even a little bit of doTERRA's unscented lotion, just a little dollop in your hand and a drop of peppermint, and now you can put that wherever you need that topically. So topically is great. It is a little bit tingly, so definitely want to dilute it for kiddos. One thing I will tell you is fantastic if your kids are fighting off something, or you guys are spiking a fever. Fevers are great, of course. We want to let them run as much as we can because it's our body's defense system, but every now and then make them really uncomfortable, and we want to do something for them, but we might not want to reach for the normal over-the-counter things. You can just take a little bit of peppermint and run it right down the spine of your child and on the bottoms of the feet. Also, if you're midlife like me and you wake up in the middle of the night with sort of sweats, this is a great product to have close by. I sometimes will just keep this because in the middle of the night I'm not really thinking, and I'll just rub it on the back of my neck or my spine, even a little bit on my forehead, and it will sort of cool that core temperature down very quickly. So that's topically. Topically is fantastic. I also recommend aromatically. Aromatically is when you put it in your hand, you can either just inhale. That's a very quick pick-me-up midday. Your energy's lagging. Maybe you need to focus. Maybe you've got some project, or maybe your kids are in school and they need something that they're needing to help sort of bring their focus back. Peppermint is fantastic for that. So just simply inhaling, you can do that. You can inhale it directly out of the bottle, if you're not wanting to fill the room with the smell. You could just inhale it directly out of the bottle. But again, one of our favorite ways, let's turn this around, is our diffuser. Where's the name? There it is. I took the cord out, so it threw me off. But anyway, our diffuser, and we absolutely love our diffuser. We have one in every single room in our house, and we always have something going. So this is a great one to put peppermint in the diffuser. My favorite blend is to blend it with wild orange. That's one of my favorites, is just peppermint and wild orange together. It's simple. We all have those oils, and it's just absolutely delightful. So if there's any difficulty breathing, sometimes just peppermint in here will create that open airways. So diffusing is absolutely important. The other thing is, some of you may have a smaller car diffuser that's a smaller version of this one. And peppermint in the car is fantastic for road trips. Even road trips for me is sometimes just driving 60 miles to Denver from Colorado Springs where I live. And so oftentimes I will get so sleepy driving. I'm not sure why, but peppermint helps with that. Just either inhaling it, sometimes I'll put it on, or I'll put it in my little car diffuser. So aromatically, that would be the second way. So the first was topically, the second is aromatically. And the third would be internally. So, if you love doing your oils internally, there is a definite way to use this one. So you can always put a drop in your, if you have a cup of hot coffee, sometimes we'll just do hot water and just put a drop in that. That is amazing. It's really good in like hot chocolate or something like that. If you do a mocha. Peppermint mocha is really, really yummy. So you just doing that internally, you can do that in water. My good friend Anne uses this in her water all the time. It really helps get rid of all, she's a stage 4 cancer survivor, and so peppermint has a way of helping get rid of all of that radiation damage and things like that that's in the body. So she loves and loves, loves, loves doing peppermint in that. The other way that is internally is through peppermint beadlets. Now these are just a very small fraction it's not even a complete drop of oil, and they come in these itty bitty tiny peppermint beadlets. They're just little tiny dissolvable beadlets you can put underneath your tongue. They're fantastic. You also could just put a drop. I have been known in an airplane to put just a drop. But the other way I was going to tell you is actually more what's called orally versus internally. Internally is where you might put it in a capsule and swallow it down for your tummy. In fact, I have some right here. doTERRA carries these wonderful veggie caps. You can just put a few drops in there and take it internally. That way, if you don't like the flavor in your mouth, which that's me, I don't usually like things to taste a certain way. So almost everything that I ever take internally, I put in a veggie cap. But in this case, you can also do a way called orally. And orally is where you just put a little bit on your finger. And for me, again, I get car sick and different things like that. So I sometimes will just rub this up underneath here on the top of my mouth. And that's considered orally. So you can do that as well. And it's less, you still get, wow, like just then major punch, but it's less, the flavor's a little bit not quite as much as if you put like a drop or two in your mouth. So sometimes just rubbing it on the roof of the mouth and under the tongue sublingually is a great way to take that. So you also can cook with them. We've been known to add a few drops of essential oil of peppermint to our brownies. There's really, really so many things that you can do. So peppermint, remember, keep it handy in whatever form you choose to keep it. It is one of our very favorite oils, and especially in the summertime, the last thing you can do is create a spray with it. Just water and peppermint is a nice cooling spray if you're at the pool or, the kiddos are overheated or you're camping or something. The other thing is I often will add some peppermint and lavender with some aloe vera in a sprayer, and that also helps with after sun. If you've gotten a sunburn and you're needing to really cool that off, the peppermint is fantastic for that, and the lemon combined with that helps it to heal. So I hope that helps you. I hope you enjoy peppermint as much as I do, and we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow.